Hi, welcome back. This is HRU Speaks, and instead of doing another daily doing the daily highlight, I'm gonna actually do a journal excerpt because today's highlights was I didn't have enough to actually do a part two. I usually do part one a TikTok, and then I come over here and do part two a YouTube or vice versa. But today I didn't have enough to do one for both platforms. So the downloads that I was getting before I started recording these videos, I just jotted them down, and that's what we're gonna do for YouTube today. These are gonna be like you might as well say a journal excerpt, okay, instead of a highlight. And so if you're interested in seeing the highlights of the day, you should visit TikTok at HRU Speaks. All right. And so so if you're new here, I thank you for coming in and joining me today. You're welcome. Pull up your seat, kick up your feet, and get comfortable. And if you're old, I want to thank you for continuing to support and coming back to view the messages for today. And so without further ado, so if you're new, okay, in these I give like descriptions, and I give you dates. I do times, I do places, and these are going to be like descriptions to help you either pinpoint who I'm talking about or the situation, or to be able to know if this is going to resonate for you or not, or if this situation is resonating for you. Okay. And so when I mention these dates or these months, these dates could be birthdays, they could be time frames, they could be like um days or times when like a specific event happened. Um if sometimes I could mention like a time frame, it could be a time frame and somebody's birthday or something could fall in between that time. Some of this, it could be address numbers, it could be part of people's phone numbers. It could be zip codes, area codes. I've even seen like numbers off people's tags come up. So that's just a tidbit. I just want to give you a kind of like a key, or a key, so you can kind of know what's going on if you're new. If you're old, you like the old people probably already know. But if you're new, that's just to let you know. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the first one, okay? And so a person could feel like another person is everything. They could love the way a person supports them and lifts them up. Seeing them or just being around them brightens up their day. They are truly thankful for this person. On the flip side, this could concern a job or a boss. They could value a person's presence and their work. However, this person, they could whoever this person is, they could be able to do everything. They could be very skillful, not only when it comes to their job, but they could have also mastered skill sets outside of their job or their scope of practice too. They could value this worker or employee and not want to lose them. For a small few, both situations could apply, and a boss has a secret crush and or they're having like a secret work affair. Okay, a principal, a dean, administrator, a boss, a Monday, a Capricorn, the third, the fourth, the sixth. Heavy emphasis on the 10th, the 22nd, the 24th through the 26th. A person battling cancer, Nebraska, Georgia, South Carolina, Philly, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Jamaica, Washington, 1933, heavy emphasis on 1943, 1948, 1956, 59, 65, 86, 97, 2006, 2022. A basketball player, January, April through August, November, December, November through January, Aquarius, a Aries, a Taurus, a Gemini, a Cancer, a Leo, a Virgo, a Scorpio, and or a Sagittarius could be significant. All right. A person could be making a decision when it comes to a relationship. It could involve a marriage or an engagement, or they have to. Others could have this type of commitment coming towards them, and they will have to decide if they want to accept this blessing or gift or not. On the flip side, this could be a person thinking about a relationship that they lost. They could still be watching and or inquiring about this person, and deep down, they could hate knowing or seeing that a person is doing fine without them, whether they express this to others or they keep it to themselves. Okay, a person getting engaged in May, a person having to leave or disappearing, a jail situation, someone in the military, a person leaving another in April, someone feeling like they was gonna find a better person or do better without a person. The first, the fourth, the sixth, the seventh, the 11th, the 16th, the 22nd, Tennessee, Texas, Australia, New York, Canada, Wisconsin, Washington, London, California, Alabama, New Hampshire, Michigan, a football player, 1954, 1970, 1978, 1984, 1993, 99, 2000, 2001, 2024, a director, a soccer player, April, May, June, September through December, the 29th, a Aries, a Taurus, a Gemini, a Capricorn, not Capricorn, so, well, it is Capricorn, heavy on the Capricorn, a Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and or a Sagittarius could be significant. All right. Somebody could be coming towards another for some bedroom action. This person could have been plotting and planning against another, but it could backfire. In some cases, they could come in offering or expecting some money, but the other person is either turning them down or they don't have it, or this is vice versa. For others, they may need to choose a different direction because it could just be a bad situation and or a setup. All right. Could be getting bad vibes or could be getting bad vibes, so their intuition is nudging them to go against it. All right. On the flip side, someone could be underestimating a person based off their looks and or age, but this person is gonna turn them every way but loose, especially if this involves money and or benefits in exchange for services, or this was the intent. Um, they could perform so well the next time and all future events could be on the house, and or they won't be able to get rid of them or vice versa. Okay, they say it's snow on the roof, but it's a fire in the chimney. All right. Older, younger, dynamic, taking or meeting a person while out with friends, a bar, having drinks, cognac, a hotel room, picking a person up, a package delivery, FedEx or Amazon could be significant. Money for an online order. Man handling a person like a baby, folded up like a pretzel, arriving fast. Hugs and kisses and or cuddling. Netflix and chilling. A fireman or a firewoman. Chicago, a coach, a somebody in law enforcement, a yellow, red, gray, blue, or turquoise car, a boxer, a cowboy, a Lamborghini, a BMW, the 4th, the 8th, the 11th, the 12th, the 16th, Texas, California, Mexico, having a child 3 or under, 1989, 2019, 2024, heavy emphasis on August, September, November, December, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and or a Sagittarius could be significant. All right, a person could be over a person in a situation. They could be tired of all the lies and or a person repeating the same mistakes. For some, this could involve a secret enemy or a person playing up on another, pretending to be a friend and or acting like they're cool with a person. In some cases, the fake friend or secret enemy could be over pretending. Some could realize the person who sent them or the reason they even began doing this was based off some lies. On the flip side, this could be a person catching their significant other cheating for the umpteenth time, and either this time they took it too far, or they are just sick and tired of going through the same motion with them. It could be both. Either way, pack it up, buddy, because you're out of there. Seeing or catching a person out with another, smelling like perfume or cologne, coming home right before the sun comes up, bringing the side person to the house, a football player, trying to sweet talk a person to coming back, trying to get family and friends to jump a person, a pharmacist, whether legal or street, catching a person in bed with another, the 7th, the 8th, the 27th, the UK, North Carolina, Florida, Indiana, 1974, 75, 91, 99, 2001, 2007, 2010, 3:02 to 4:02 a.m. or p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, February, June, August, Aquarius, Pisces, Gemini, a Cancer, Leo, and or a Virgo could be significant. Okay, so the next one we have is someone could have met or will be meeting the person that they've been praying or looking for. They are or they will be so thankful. They could adore this person and they're hoping that this other person feels the same way they do. A sweet person, looking at or being close to a person like family, a person having a nice smile and or a smile that lights up a room, someone encouraging and or inspirational, meeting or discovering a person at a low point or when somebody was like going through something or some type of turmoil, someone who has like a glow about them, consistently thinking about a person, being enamored with a person who a person barely knows and or they could be a stranger altogether. The 2nd, the 10th, the 11th, the 13th, the 17th, a producer, a football player, a manager, a fireman or firewoman, a businessman, 1968, 69, 71, 94, 97, 98, 2023, California, North Carolina, Maryland, New York, January, March, June, August, September, Capricorn, Aquarius, a Pisces, Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and or a Libra could be significant. Side note for others, this could be a person finding out that they're pregnant after trying so long, or someone could be giving birth in or meeting a child for the first time. Okay, so that would conclude the excerpts for the day. And so I want to get into something else that besides that, because I like right before I got ready to leave the house and come here, I noticed that I looked at, well, this morning when I woke up, my lash was gone. My lash was off. It was like, and I made a joke to myself like, dang, I said, dang, who was I fighting in my sleep last night? They tried to turn me every way with lose them, snatch my lash off, okay? And so, I ain't never serious about that. But so I'm laughing to myself about it. Right. And so then I went and I started to prepare these entries, and I started to write the downloads for you guys for YouTube, right? And so out of the blue, I started smelling something like, a real sweet smell. Now, usually I'm gonna explain this to you, okay? So, because it could be somebody on here and they could need to know this. I feel like I was led to explain this, and I feel like somebody could need to know this. Maybe they don't know. I had to learn this on my own, myself. So, but I started smelling something sweet. So when you start to smell smells out of the blue, and it's no source, like they just come out of the blue, and it's nothing to produce that smell that you could see, right? So I started to smell something sweet. Usually when you smell something sweet, and the aroma is, you like the aroma, and it's like, it's a nice smell. That's gonna be stuff of higher vibration. Those are higher level. It's like, high vibrational angels, because demons are angels too. They just falling, right? So those gonna be high vibrational angels and stuff of that nature. Okay. These are high vibrational beings. All right. When you start to smell stuff that's prudent, or you know rotten, or it kind of funky, just out of the blue, just, and it's no source. those are witches, warlocks, and demons. Okay. If you smell something burning out of the blue, that's not good either. So, in those cases, you may want to clean your surroundings. You may want to start praying, whatever it is that you do to clean your surroundings, to keep yourself protected. It's a time to, it's a call and a need to do it. Sometimes it's warnings to let you know that, it's warnings to let you know that they're there. Like, they have to warn you that they there. Okay. They have to let you know. Okay. So that's just that's a tidbit. And I felt like, I was compelled, and I felt called to like share that with a person. And so what brought me to that is when I got up, when I went upstairs and I was getting ready to get prepared to come out here, I looked in the mirror and I noticed this mark on my face. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it with the little cartoon filter I like to use or whatever, but it's a mark on my face, right? You see this mark. It looks old, okay, but it's not old. It was not there before when I went to sleep last night, but it was there when I woke up. And then once I looked in the mirror, I recall myself waking up, and in I woke up in the middle of the night out of my sleep, and I was praying. So it woke me up out of my sleep, right? And so I made the joke about being attacked, but I really was being attacked, because this mark just ain't come from nowhere. So it could be somebody who's like they could be starting, they could be new. So if this is like a reader or somebody that's doing some spiritual and stuff like that, and y'all doing it online or whatever, you could be new and you could not know what this stuff means, and it could be a need for you to understand, so you'll be able to protect yourself. Okay. And so I just wanted to share that information to you, so you'll know, because um when you're doing like spiritual stuff or whatever, you got to know that, sometimes you got to battle uh, physically and spiritually. So I just want to put that out there. And then I also want to, I want to let you know that, I want to also let you know to be aware, because sometimes when you starting out, and I don't care if you like a reader, you do anything like on a platform. I feel like I need to tell my story, but I feel like, like when I first started, I don't care what you're doing on the platform. When I first started, I started on one of my other pages or whatever, and I was just doing it because I like doing it. Like, even now I like doing it. I don't make no money off this. I enjoy helping people. If I can help you or I can help spare you, then hey, why not? I would want somebody to help me, okay? But when I first started, like, it was like once I got a niche, or I found something that was, that kind of snapped, it was like people went to report my stuff. They was reporting my stuff, like, I done been blocked. Like, even to this day, even with this channel, like, like my stuff is kind of like blocked. I know it's blocked. I know that, I know people have reported my stuff, like they reported it. And the thing about it was, it wasn't like the average viewer that's reporting, or that was reporting or trying to get trying to get my page blocked. It was other readers. And most of these readers was like more established. They was more established. They had more followings, and than me, more views than me. Like, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I was just a pecan, but they saw the ambition. All right. And so it could be somebody that's new, whether you are a reader. I don't care what you do. You're a reader, you do nails, you do hair or something like that. And you notice that, your page is fun. You notice people leaving weird and off the wall comments and stuff on your stuff. A lot of times, I mean, I'm not hating on nobody. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm a hater, because I'm far from it. I ain't never been a hater. Ain't a hating bone in my body. If you doing good, I salute you, baby, and I'm gonna support you. But the truth of the other matter is, a lot of times it's not the outside people, it's the people that's doing the same thing that you're doing. And so, and they feel like you're a threat. Okay. And so if you're having issues with, your businesses, your platforms and stuff like that, a lot of times it's other readers, and these people, or other people in the industry that you're in. And a lot of them, they got more followings, they can have more followings, they can have more views, and they can have all this stuff more than they could be doing better than you. They could be making money off of it. And that's probably why, the biggest reason why they want to stop and block you, because they don't want the competition, although it's room for everybody. It's room for everybody. So that's just a tidbit and a note. And then also, another download I got on the way here is some people, they come off like, oh, they wouldn't do that, or they not like that, or they just, they friendly and they want to help, but um they pretend to be of the light, but they're not. They're of the darkness. Okay. Or they pretend to be, they pretend like, that's above, that's beneath them, and they wouldn't do nothing like that. But it's lies. They actually, like, they throw rocks and hide their hand. It's the best thing that I could say. And some, they make it their business to try to block your content. They can make it their business, like, try to block your content and what you're doing. And then once they block your stuff and your content and what you're doing, then they go and copy your stuff and put it out there like it's theirs, because they have the bigger platform. And then it makes it seem as if, as though, oh, they did it first because they had more followings, but they stole it from somebody who trying to come up. And I just want to say about that, if you're one of those, I'm not saying that this is everybody, but if you're one of those type of people, whether you're a reader or you're another influencer or creator or whatever, and that's what you're doing, understand that eventually, the ditches and the ditches and the obstacles that you cause for other people, you're gonna have to fall in those. You're gonna that's gonna come back on you. And if you know what I'm saying, help somebody. It's not gonna kill you to help somebody. You don't have to. It's not your responsibility. But ain't nothing wrong with it. Can't nothing come from it but a blessing. So that's just a little tidbit. I felt compelled to speak on it. I guess maybe somebody needed to hear it, or they need to get something out of it. Okay. And so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out and go on my little walk. And hopefully these help somebody, or this helps somebody. And visit TikTok. The daily highlights are over there. They are I'll be posting it after I finish this video. You can get something else over there, and if not, like, comment, subscribe. If not, come on back, because as usual, the next entry could be for you. Now, I may not come back tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I probably won't do a video on either platform tomorrow. But if you wanted to do a daily highlight, I actually did a day 30 and 3 on TikTok at HRU Speaks. And so you can go and see the highlights for tomorrow on TikTok. It's gonna be the same thing. So I picked 30 and 3. So day 30 and 3 will be tomorrow's. I won't be doing a video tomorrow. Okay. So with that being said, like I said, if you still here, thanks for hanging in there. If you're old, thanks for returning. If you're new, I hope you come back. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share, and if not, come on back, because the next entry could be for you.